Welcome back, everyone, to our continuing live coverage of the CIF Southern Section Division I Championship game at the Rose Bowl. It is just gone final, and many people, including myself, stunned at the result in this one, as Santa Margarita is your Division I champion as they defeat Centennial again 42-7 in pretty easily in fashion. And let's go live to the Rose Bowl right now. We got Coach Chris Chaddick. We got Jacob Pedroza, both guys on the scene for this game. And I do want to get their thoughts on this one because it was literally Eagles from the start. And, Coach, before you say anything, I'm gonna put my coach's hat on. Tell me if I'm right or wrong. But two things just jumped out at me watching the game. The guys up front, the line for Santa Margarita, and Trent Mosley, the receiver, who had a record-setting day for Santa Margarita. So before we get to video highlights, let me get your take on the game, Coach.
Well, you hit it head on with both sides of the line. The game was won in the trenches. Both sides physically for Santa Margarita were outstanding. When you can go to a four-man rush and completely dominate, and you can do a simple play like an outside zone on an inside zone and get 5 yards a pop, even on the worst play, that's all about the Hogs and the boys up front. And when you're talking about Mosley, that's a guy that's going to be going to USC, and you see every reason why he's a USC guy.
You know, Coach, I was looking at some of the halftime stats because even at halftime, even down 28-7, many of us, including myself, were thinking, okay, Centennial can still come back because they can score points in bunches. That offense is awesome under head coach Matt Logan. But at halftime, Centennial only had 84 yards of total offense. I cannot remember the last time a defense did something like this to a Centennial offense, because even in the past when Centennial would lose a game, they would still score a bunch of points, but they would lose 50-40. It would be a high-scoring game. For Centennial to only have 7 points, 84 yards of offense at halftime, I mean, I have never seen Centennial, struggle so much on offense.
Well, let me kind of tell you why that happened. I watched a little bit of the Santa Margarita Centennial game the first time they played. And what happened tonight was a total adjustment, especially about the defensive side of the staff. What you had going on was a lot of pre-blitzes where they showed one thing, went from another way, and there was a lot of post-snap movement on the defensive side of the ball. They showed cover 3 and go into a 4. They showed cover 2 and go into a palms. They played press bail, and it was almost like they had Centennial guesses all night. And when you get a guy to guess for a second with that front 4 they have, it's going to be a long night.
You know, the first time they played, it was 33-27, of course, in overtime. That was, I think, week 1, way back on August 28th. I mean, it's very early on in the season, and I know it's tough to beat the same team twice in one season, but Centennial did it to Mater Dei, and now Santa Margarita has done it to Centennial. And the first game was obviously very close. It went to overtime, but this one, I mean, it was literally Santa Margarita from the very start. There was a glimpse of hope in the third quarter. You'll probably remember this. You know, Centennial had the ball deep in the red zone, and they could not convert on a 4th down, and then Santa Margarita gets the football back, and we're going to see the highlights. Trace Johnson to Trent Mosley, 91 yards on the touchdown after Centennial failed on that fourth down to, right there on the doorstep of the end zone. For me, at least, that was like, okay, it's game over. That Santa Margarita is going to get this.
Okay, that was the backbreaker that kind of broke their spirit. But what I noticed that was a real key to the game offensively for Santa Margarita is they had 5 plays in which it was 3rd down and 8 or higher, including the score that put them up by 3 possessions in the halftime, where they scored on 3rd and 8 or higher. That score was on 3rd and 11. So they did a great job of converting their long distance 3rd downs, which was a real backbreaker to the spirit of Centennial.
All right, so I know the post-game celebration is taking place. Yourself down there in the media room at the Rose Bowl. Jacob Pedroza is down there as well. I know you guys are going to hustle outside real quick and get a little bit of that and then get on the road. But, man, I'm stunned. Are you stunned, Chris, at this outcome?
I can't believe it. It's this is something that nobody would expect. We were even listening to some of the commentators at the end of the game on live feed on Sportsnet where they were talking about how this is more of a testament to the preparation of Santa Margarita than it is to how Centennial actually is as a team. Everybody was shocked. Everyone in this whole building.
Yeah, a running clock in the fourth quarter. I mean, for a Division I championship game, that was incredible. And it pains me to say that. I mean, I'll say it. I'm a Centennial homer, man. I wanted the Huskies to win it. Just unbelievable. So, Chris, I'm going to let you run. Did Jacob want to jump on camera one more time, or are we good down there?
Yeah, you can have him jump on camera. Let's do this.
All right, you guys can do the old switcheroo real quick. I took you guys off camera, so you can do that real quick. I know Jacob has been working so hard down there, giving us updates on the pregame show, also at halftime, because, again, we couldn't believe it, how this game panned out. We were hoping, although Centennial fell behind early, they might get a chance to battle back in this one like they did the first time when they played Santa Margarita. They were trailing 20-7 at halftime in that first game back in week 1, and they came back to force overtime. They trailed 28-7 this time around, but there was no comeback by the Huskies in this one. And in just a moment, we will get to some highlights from this game, but we do want to check in with Jacob one more time. All right, Jacob, I'm going to come back to you right now.
Okay.
Thank you for the updates, all game long. All of us are stunned. I know you were stunned. We were texting throughout the game that, man, I just felt like at some point Centennial was going to make a push. They were going to make a run at this, and it just never happened, thanks to that Santa Margarita defense.
Yeah, I mean, the same thing happened last week against Mater Dei. Mater Dei came out hot, really electric and fired up, and got up early. But then you saw Centennial jump back, and that's what I was hoping to see this week. But, I mean, they looked like a fish out of water basically from the beginning. Like, they had no life, no energy. And Santa Margarita just killed them on every aspect of the ball.
And let me ask you this, Jacob, because you just brought up a good point. You saw them last week against Mater Dei. What was the biggest change that you felt like you saw between, Mater Dei and, the Santa Margarita game tonight?
I mean, I would say that last week the pregame warmups they had a lot more electricity, and then this week when I was looking at the pregame warmups, they were kind of not juiced up like they were last week, and I feel like maybe it was the drive or the weather. There was something that factored into why they weren't so juiced up compared to last week.
Yeah, I was just shocked the way they were coming off that Mater Dei victory. It felt like, man, they were gonna do something here. Go ahead, Jacob.
Okay, repeat it one more time. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying the way that they beat Mater Dei in the previous week, I just felt like they had some momentum, some confidence going into this game at the Rose Bowl against Santa Margarita. I thought if you were going to tell me to make a prediction on this game, I was going to say like 35-21 Centennial. They'd win by a couple touchdowns, but credit to Santa Margarita, Coach Carson Palmer, and what they did. I mean, they made Centennial look pedestrian. I mean, they could not move the ball on offense, and that is not typical of these Matt Logan teams.
Yeah, I mean, basically Santa Margarita made Centennial look like a JV team. They were constantly shifting on offense. I mean, they were making adjustments every single play, and I think it was just throwing Centennial off, and they just had no answer for it the entire game.
All right, looks like the media room is getting packed there, so I know things are happening out on the field. I'll let you guys run out onto the field one more time, then you can get out of the Rose Bowl, but I appreciate the live coverage, Jacob, you and Coach Chaddick.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate the opportunity to come out here.
You got it. That's Jacob Pedroza and Coach Chaddick out there at the Rose Bowl for the Inland Sports Show, bringing us live coverage from the game. All right, so let's see. We do have some highlights from this one. Not a lot, to be honest. I mean, it was Santa Margarita making some huge plays in this one. As I mentioned, Trent Mosley, the receiver for Santa Margarita, had a record-setting game. I didn't see his final numbers, but he had, I think, close to 300 receiving yards in this game, 4 touchdowns in all. And Centennial with less than 100 yards of total offense at halftime, which you never see. I mean, these Matt Logan teams for Centennial, They always can get 500 yards of total offense in a game and easily find the end zone. That was not the case tonight against Santa Margarita. So let's take a look at some of the highlights from this one. Let's take you out to the Rose Bowl. Early on, the Huskies warming up. They would head to the locker room, but the Eagles, they come out right before kickoff, and here comes Centennial right back out to the field at the Rose Bowl. And a strong contingent of Centennial fans making their way from Corona. Look at that. Yeah, good turnout here by Centennial at the Rose Bowl. A lot of pomp and circumstance for this one as well. Giant American flag parachuted into the mighty granddaddy of them all, the Rose Bowl. Early on, after a long pass from Trace Johnson to Trent Mosley, sets up the first touchdown of the game. And then it's going to be Mosley, 80 yards on this touchdown. And Santa Margarita led 14-0 in the first quarter. I mean, Husky fans were already stunned. Centennial would close the gap. It was a 14-7 game after Xander Lewis finds the end zone on this touchdown run from 14 yards out. But later in the second quarter, more from the Eagles. Johnson to Luke Gazaniga, and it's 21-7 second quarter. And then it was 28-7 at halftime, and here's that big play in the third quarter that we were talking about. Centennial got stopped on fourth down, and Santa Margarita got the football back, and it was that long touchdown, 91 yards. Johnson to Trent Mosley on the touchdown. Again, 4 touchdowns in all for Trent Mosley in the ball game, and the final score tonight, 42-7. Santa Margarita is your CIF Southern Section Division I champion. Let's see. I'm going to pull up a graphic real quick that has the games involving our Inland Sports Show teams, because we do have 4 Inland Empire games tomorrow night in the finals. And it looks like this. Here it is. There's the D1 game, of course. In Division 4, San Jacinto will be at home against La Habra. That's going to be at Mount San Jacinto's football stadium. And Menifee, not the Jack, Menifee. Division 9, Ramona on the road at Valley Christian in Cerritos. And Ramona trying to win their second CIF Southern Section Championship in 3 years. Division 10, Tockwitz taking on Hillcrest, and we will be out there live with Riverside TV. It'll be a live Friday night pep rally from Norte Vista High School for the D10 finals. Myself and Jeff Gorham, we're going to have a lot of fun with that one. Same thing, live pregame show, halftime update, postgame show, the whole deal. And finally, in Division 11, Valley View of Moreno Valley will be at home against Baldwin Park. So 4 games involving Inland Empire schools tomorrow night, Saturday night, in the CIF Southern Section Championships. But again, all kind of surprised that Centennial lost by a score of 42-7 in the Division I finals. It sure looked like Centennial, after beating Mater Dei in the semis, were set up to bring home a championship, their first since 2015. But instead, it was Santa Margarita, the Eagles winning their first CIF title since 2011. So congratulations to head coach Carson Palmer and Santa Margarita, your co-champions out of the Trinity League. All right, well, for Jacob Pedroza and Coach Chris Chaddick out there at the Rose Bowl live at the granddaddy of them all, we appreciate their coverage all night, the pregame show, the halftime update, and here with the postgame show to give their analysis of what happened. They're going to head back out onto the field at the Rose Bowl and get a little bit more video. And whatever extra we get video-wise, we'll post on Inland Sports social media, on Instagram, YouTube, on Twitter as well. We'll keep you guys up to date. But again, we will have coverage tomorrow night for CIF Southern Section Championship games involving teams in the Inland Sports Show coverage area. And we will be live at Norte Vista High School on Riverside TV for Hillcrest versus Tockwitz, pregame, halftime, and postgame show. We did not get the rights to live stream it, so we're going to do these shows as an option, as an alternative to bring you guys coverage. All right, I'm Pep Fernandez. Thanks for tuning in. Final score from the Rose Bowl, Santa Margarita 42 and Centennial 7. We'll see you next time on Inland Sports.